Dear Farron, shortly after the election in November, a New York Democrat said the reason we lost the 4 districts was because of gerrymandering. Is this true? How could they not have known that would happen? How can we end this toxic practice after every census? Gerrymandering is something that, of course, is as old as the United States itself is. And that is definitely a problem. We have had Supreme Court rulings. We've had state Supreme Court rulings. We have had changes to the way things are done, changes again once a Democrat or Republican takes over from the previous Democrat or Republican. So how do we end this toxic practice? Honestly, I don't think we can. And I never like giving answers that basically say, nothing you can do about it. Here it is, deal with it. But gerrymandering, as I said, has been around since the beginning of this country. It is ingrained in who we are, and it sucks. The only way we could get out of this system, and I don't even know if this is truly possible because of states' rights, but it would have to be some kind of constitutional amendment that created, an anti-gerrymandering board to redraw the districts in the states. But again, I don't even think you could get that done because the states do have the authority under the Constitution itself to do this on their own without the federal government getting to look over their shoulders in many instances. So a constitutional amendment to undo that is the only possible remedy. You couldn't pass a law through Congress. It's going to get tossed out as unconstitutional due to states' rights. You could do it state by state, but then again, you have this patchwork thing, kind of like we had with COVID restrictions, I think is a great way to look at it. So if your state over here, they've gotten rid of gerrymandering, they've got this panel that gets to draw the districts and everything's even, nothing gets to look weird. Great. But the state next to you, they don't want to do it. So they're going to stay gerrymandered. On the other side of you, that state says same thing. We're not going to do it. So what good is having one non-gerrymandered state when you've got 49 others who say, hey, good for you, state, but we're not going to pay attention. We're not going to follow suit. So to get rid of the problem, it has to be a nationwide thing. Like that's a given. But it also has to be in the form of a constitutional amendment. Otherwise, it is going to get smacked down by the courts, probably with a quickness we've never seen in this country. It's very clear that states have the constitutional authority to draw their own districts. So in the meantime, until we can get the whole country behind this movement, basically, is we continue to call it out. One of the things I love talking about when I mentioned Dan Crenshaw is his horribly gerrymandered district that basically looks like a comet with a long, windy tail. Dan Crenshaw wouldn't be in Congress were it not for gerrymandering. Like, we wouldn't know who that guy is. And of course, he is a major player in the Republican Party today. So gerrymandering has given us, some pretty horrible politicians. And unfortunately, I don't see a change to that on the horizon right now. Thanks for watching. And if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.